Another one? What's with these guys?
Hello, everyone, and of course, welcome to Red United TV. It's your boy Ivorian Spice, and we are back at it again with the catch-up 100 and volume 118 after a despicable week for Manchester United. A draw against Galatasaray on the week, during the weekday, and of course a defeat against Newcastle United, the Toon Armies, on Saturday, 8 p.m. UK time. You know how it is, but if you see the title, we're here to discuss everything Manchester United. We've got discussion to talk about the match, Marcus Rashford himself as well, his current poor form, and Erik ten Hag is up for discussion. So you guys sit back, enjoy, get yourself involved in the comments as always. Remember to subscribe to Red United TV. We are streaming across all platforms, Facebook, Twitch, Rumble, and of course, YouTube. So make sure you get yourself involved and follow and or subscribe to all of those platforms, and follow Red United TV on Instagram, Red United TV 1, and of course, follow me on Twitter, Ivorian_Spice. Personal Instagram, the same thing as well. And follow Red United on Twitch, man. Let me introduce you to the gang. First of all, let me introduce you to the birthday boy himself, Mr. AWB, his twin brother, the oldest brother out of the Basaka families, man. Big up, man, like Dets, man. What are you saying, man?
Yeah, bless, bro. Same shit, man.
Oh, shit. Your voice sounds like the way we feel as a Manchester United fan, man.
Yeah.
And of course, let me introduce next the guy representing football family as well, my boy Ola, hardest working YouTuber at this present moment, uploading videos, clips, and everything, man. Ola, big up to you, my brother, man. How are you doing, man?
Big up, bro. Like as you can see, I'm still working my United jersey. We can't give up. We keep pushing. Hopefully, it gets better. Like, I'm a United fan, and I don't think anything can change regardless of the performance. But the performance needs to change. That's very important. We need to get better as soon as possible. A lot is going wrong, and we as fans, we can't even explain what we are going through really. But hopefully, it gets better, and let's just have a great show, guys.
Yes, let's have a good show indeed for those who are tuning. Smash that like button, guys. We're looking for 5 minimum likes across all platforms. Next is, of course, the guy himself who just came back from his holidays. He never let his holiday get spoiled by Manchester United. Jerome, big up to you, my brother. How you doing?
Yeah, man. All good in the hood. A bit tired, as you can imagine. Got back from Egypt late last night. So just trying to play catch up, really, on all the football. But you know, I never let United ruin my spirits in that. So yeah, I should be all right, really. But yeah, just have to just take the rough with the smooth, really.
Yes, and of course, the next guy I'm introducing is the man himself, the myth, the legend himself, Mr. Emil Smith Rose, aka Ems. My guy, bruv. Always on the sofa. Yes. How you doing, brother?
Let me tell you this, right? I will not wear another Man United jersey until something changes, bro. So people wearing that, but you lot got a good mentality, strong mentality. Cause me, mm-mm. But anyways, yeah, I'm alright, man. Other than a minor, defeat up in Newcastle, I'm in good spirits. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what we like to say. We all, guys, for those who are watching, all as in good spirits as we can be, because we're not gonna let this team destroy our morale, man. Big up to everyone that's tuning as well. Big up to Tutulu 100. It says let's go as well. Make sure you subscribe to Red United TV. There's the links right there. And of course, we've got Noah who's with us watching as well. Big up Red United TV, aka Ivorian Spice the legend. I don't know. I keep telling you, Noah, me and you, I'm gonna message you and say, stop giving people my government name out, you know. I don't even know who that person is anyway. That Patrick guy, bro. Who is that, bro? She just says, "Yo, bro, big up to I don't even know how to pronounce it. Titule.
Are you speaking Italian, bro?
I don't know, man. Can someone help me out here, man? How do you pronounce that name? Titule 100. He needs to break it down for me. But big up to you as well. Make sure you subscribe to Red United TV. And let's go straight into the show. Because, of course, for the first 20 minutes, we're going to be talking about the match. So, guys, don't dwell on the match too much. You know, try and allow everyone to have their say. At least 1 minute each person as well for when you get your overall thoughts on the game. And then, you know, especially this goes to depths as well, especially if you 1 minute, please.
I'm media trained. I'm media
trained. Depths is media trained. But let's go straight into it, guys, because it is Newcastle 1, Manchester United 0. Newcastle beating Manchester United after Manchester United did fuck all throughout that whole 90 minutes against Newcastle. Newcastle was having a field day with Manchester United. Manchester United playing defensive football. You know, I want to start off with you, Mr. Media Train Man, for your overall thoughts, and let's go around, and then I'll give you guys my overall thoughts as well, man. You guys got 1 minute, 1.5 minutes tops to get your overall thoughts on the game before we dissect into this game as well. Let's start off with you, Mr. Media Train, aka who it is his birthday. For those who don't know, it is Depp's birthday. We're not going to disclose how old he is. He's as young as he can be. He's probably 25.
I look it.
But yes,
birthday, brother.
Happy birthday, Deps. Let's get the birthday boy. He say, what's your overall thoughts on that game against Newcastle?
What did you say? Like, it was horrible, innit? Start to finish. To be honest, it felt like a game where United should have been wearing the black and white. Like, I've never really seen a game where, you know, like we've seen United get beaten, it's been pummeled. So we've been losing 5-6-0, 7-0, 8-0, where we've been losing. But 1-0 tight game, and it was a terrible defeat, innit? Yeah, man. What do you say, innit? Like one shot. I think the only chance I remember is Garnacho's, innit? That was it, and the rest of it was all Newcastle. They were sharper, quicker. They wanted it more. Great day. It was a great day, man.
Absolutely, they wanted it more. They were sharper. They were first to get there as well, which is the truth, man. You know, again, what can we say about that, man? Let me move up to you, Ola, football family, man. Give us your overall thoughts on that game against Newcastle Saturday, 8 p.m. with Manchester United didn't even do anything.
I think this game shows the level we have dropped to, how bad we are as not just a team but as a club. And I don't think we all expect too much now when we watch United game. We just watch it for the love and the passion, and hopefully we always hope something changes in the course of the game. But so far, it has been same performance, shit performance. The players not like. If there is one thing I saw in that game that made me more angry, not even the result, it was the fighting speed the Newcastle players had. They were running, they were winning They were winning all the tackles. Like they were after like for the 90 minutes they didn't give up. And that was the same thing that played in the Champions League against PSG just some days ago. And you can see them running around the pitch, putting in tackles, winning the first ball, just doing everything that United could not do. And it's just so sad that I feel like we have players that are not really fighting for this club. Because regardless of the talent you have or the skills you have, first you need to show us the passion and show us you can run round the pitch and win tackles and challenges throughout the 90 minutes. And we didn't see that throughout that game. And it was just shocking performance. Rashford, as an individual, very, very shocking in that game. I think a lot, like even as a United fan, I'm confused. I don't really know what is going on because Ten Hag is the manager I trust in. I trust in the process of what he's trying to do. But I don't think we are seeing anything like tactics wise, nothing. They're not seeing anything on the pitch. Like Deb said, the only thing that happened in that game was the actual chance and the Anthony they disallowed goal. Because for the 90 minutes there was nothing in that game, and it shows the levels Newcastle are above us now. See the way they play with confidence. You can see the style of play. You can see what they're trying to do. Even with injuries, they are still playing good football. So I, as a fan, I think I'm just confused. I don't even know what is going wrong now in this team because we've said it's the player, we said it's the coach, we said it's the board. Now I don't even know what exactly the problem is because, but at the same time, I still just believe something needs to change, and I'm having a glimmer of hope that at some point things will get better. And so far, I've not seen anything that is showing me that it will get better. But I just think I'm just still believing as a fan because I can't give up on my team. I'm a United fan and I have to stick by my team through thick and thin. But now it's getting frustrating, and now the banter is getting like over the roof now. But we just have to keep pushing and hopefully it gets better.
Yeah, hopefully we're hoping that we'll get better. And as M said, guys, as Ola said, for those who are watching as well, we are frustrated. But at the end of the day, as much as they hurt us over the weekend, we're gonna be right back there on Wednesday, sitting at 8:15 for that Chelsea game. Another hope going up our system to get let down again. It is what it is, man. We are the woman in the relation that keeps constantly getting cheated on, and we keep telling our friends that I'm gonna leave him if he cheats on me one more time. To the extent that we no longer tell the friends when the guy has cheated because we ain't leaving, we ain't going nowhere. That's what it feels like to be a Manchester United fans, man. I'm gonna move it up to you, Ems, and of course we've got Jerome last as well. Ems, what's your thoughts? Overall thoughts? Let me know. Let me hear it, bro. Let me hear it.
About the game.
Yeah, about that game, bruv.
Listen, mate, that was atrocious, bro. Atrocious. We got players hiding to receive the ball at the back. Not gonna mention names. We got not even him.
There's plenty.
Not even him. The one behind him, he's hiding. Yeah. We got a man that plays 90 minutes that has 30 touches of the ball. Centre midfielder. That's Max Shadow. We've got someone that's signed a bumper contract. 300, was it 350k a week or what?
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't even try, bro. We got someone out front trying to throw his arms at a manager. Are you crazy, bro? Bro, this is crazy. I just think personally, we got players that think they're bigger than they are, that shouldn't be here anymore. And Newcastle showed us, yeah. Bear in mind, they've picked the same team 3 games in a row, 3 games in a row. You wouldn't even think that, yeah. And they showed us how much they wanted it. They wanted it more than us, bro. And that, like, I can accept, you miss a shot or like a poor pass, but to not like have the intensity to trap back, press, all of that. I can't. It's unforgivable. Oh, damn, unforgivable. Sorry. Oh, yeah, that word. Yeah. So like, yeah, I don't know, man. And I know we're gonna talk about the manager later, but I think you can only say so much about a manager, bro. But a manager's not the one that comes on the pitch and tells you, yo, run there, run there. You know what I mean? He can only tell you so much. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I just feel like these players need to be held accountable. And I think enough's enough. I think majority of fans would say enough's enough, that the heat needs to come on these same players that have thrown 3-4 managers under the bus. Also, for me, back to the game, I just think it was poor around. Bad eggs, bad apples, whatever you want to call it. It's terrible, man. And I feel like it's going to be interesting to see what lineup he puts against Chelsea. That's what I'm looking. That's what I want to see. I'm looking forward to seeing the lineup, and I'm not even going to complain for whatever I see. I need to see. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely, man. I feel for you, man, and I feel the exact same way, man. Some of these players are scrubs. Jerome, of course, it's your turn now. Let me get your overall thoughts, because obviously you didn't really watch the match. You said you were going to watch the highlight to see and gather your thoughts. What did you gather up from that? From what you saw, the highlights of Manchester United versus Newcastle, that 1-0 defeat.
Yeah, from what I saw, because sometimes when you're watching highlights, it might not show a true reflection of the game, but the general consensus is that we played atrocious, and even from the highlights, you could see that we just looked tired, we looked jaded, and we can't even use it as an excuse, because obviously Newcastle played the day before us, but they still played 3 games in 6-7 days as well. They still played away in Paris on Tuesday night, so if there was going to be any fatigue, it would be on Newcastle's side as well as our side. Obviously, we had the away game, so that was to their advantage, but you can't really use it as an excuse. Like, just the basics in football that weren't being played, like general tracking back, going for the aerial duels, going for the second balls. We weren't even doing the basics. It just looks like no matter what the manager does with this group of players, it's not sinking in. It's like they're doing whatever they're doing in training, it's not being put onto the pitch, because it looks like as soon as it comes to a match day, they're just doing whatever they want. There's no patterns of play. There's no sustained retention of the ball. It's just like, just go on the pitch and just do whatever you can. That's what I'm seeing on the pitch right now. And seeing the guys at the back just telling the goalkeeper to just hoof it forward, players not making themselves available for basic passes to help out with the team, especially when we're getting pressed heavily by Newcastle. So yeah, it was just sad to see, really, and I'm just grateful that I didn't have to sit through a full 90 minutes of watching that dross, because we've seen it far too often this season, and it just looks like when it comes to facing decent teams or top half teams that we struggle to do anything, and I think we're only getting success against bottom half teams, which is concerning. And obviously our away form from last season is continuing into this season as well. And I'm sure we're going to get into individual performances as well. But as a collective, I'm just still surprised that after 18 months, we're not seeing any sort of patterns of play or any sort of ideas on the pitch to break these teams down and to shut up shop. It just looks like it's just freestyle. It just looks like this is the only way that the squad can play. And obviously we're still using players that have been in under previous failed regimes, which isn't helping. But it just looks like at the moment that we're just going to have to just stick it out and just play this sort of freestyle hit and hope football, because that's what it's looking like at the moment. I can't see how we're going to improve our performances unless we get a full squad of players back and we can get something similar to what we did last season. But even then, it just looks like the morale of the team's just down, and we're just surviving, really, and just hoping that we're going to get top 4, because I haven't seen anything from the last few performances to suggest that we're going to start playing better football. So if anyone's hoping for better football, you can forget that for the foreseeable with this group of players. And yeah, that performance is just unforgivable. And like Em said, it'll be interesting to see what team the manager picks out on Wednesday, because some of these players don't even deserve to be at the club, let alone to be on the bench. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, definitely would be interesting to see what happens. I'm going to give you guys my overall thoughts on that game, because I thought we was absolutely rubbish throughout that whole 90 minutes. You look at the first 45 minutes where Manchester United was just completely underneath the cush, man. Playing on the back foot, players as well not getting into possession to receive the passes. At moments, I saw Andre Onana looking at slabhead heady one fucking Harry Maguire, telling him to move there, like, and then Harry Maguire just standing still. And to the extent that he had to hoof it out. Like, I just look at certain situations and certain players, and I just think you men are not built for this football that the manager wants to play, whatever football he wants to play, but you're not built for it at all. You're not built for any type of football, because every manager that keeps coming in, you fail to demonstrate their philosophy. Like, you're always about you, whining and dying, whining, moaning, and all that kind of stuff. And it's just ridiculous. And you look at the match as well. Just Newcastle was even unlucky because it was poor finishing in the first 45 minutes, because it could have been more than 1-0 in the first 45 minutes. And then when we went to the second half now, it was the same old Manchester United that came out. You would have thought, yes, you could have a little spell of dominance and assert yourself and, kick on from here. Like, you survived the first half. It's 0-0. Try and steal it. But these men don't play for us. I keep telling Man United fans, Manchester United players don't play for the fans. They don't play for the manager. They don't play for their families as well. They don't play for their kids. They don't even play for themselves. They just here like, oh shit, here we go again. Let me get my paycheck so I can get the fuck out of here at the end of the day. It's like me going to work. Like, I just go to my work, close my eyes, get the work done. 6 o'clock or whatever, 4 o'clock, I'm out. That's it. I don't think about it. Like, it's just sad. If the goal that we conceded as well, it came from the fullback side as well. The fullback got exploited. I don't know. I think the most threatening player was Sher, a centre back, causing trouble to Marcus Rashford and Anthony Martial. Finding spaces and pockets. Long balls, finding the spaces in the fullback's flanks area. So, and then when that goal came from Kieran Trippier, straight into it as well to just finish off by Anthony Gordon. Manchester United deserve everything that comes to them, because they were super poor, man. They was absolutely super poor. These players, they make me sick. Like, people can tell me about attitude stinks and all that kind of stuff. These players' attitude stinks, man. Like, you got players, which we will talk about in more in depth, guys, for those who are tuning in, smash that like button. We will talk about Marcus Rashford's form because, again, it's dire. It's dire. But the only positive things I can say in terms of players, you're looking at Kobe Mino, who was decent. The defenders, when you talk about Maguire and Lindelof, they were good to an extent, but they still conceded goals. We're still conceding goals. Onana as well, for the amount of time the fans wanted to just trouble him and just jeer him on and try, psych him out. He did all right. There were times where there was a little few hiccups, but he did all right, man. But all I have to say is that I feel sorry for whoever comes in next to manage Manchester United, whether Ten Hag stays or someone else comes in. You can ask for your Zinedine Zidane. You can ask for your Don Carlo Ancelotti. I still don't feel like without any changes, anything will change. I mean, you can ask for Pep Guardiola, if he wants to be paid mega bucks at Manchester United, $1 million a week, do that. Jurgen Klopp. I just don't see a saving grace for Manchester United, especially with those players. But it is what it is, man. Let's kind of move on from the match because we want to put the match in dust. Let me just get to the comments because we're going to move on to Marcus Rashford. For some reason, there is a lot of people now tuning in, so make sure you guys smash that like button and get yourself involved. Big up Red 18 that says Erik Ten Hag has lost 50%. We'll talk about Erik Ten Hag as well later. He has lost 50% of the dressing room. This has come out on Twitter as well, that if you have a problem with Sancho, you're going to have a problem with his best friend like Rashford. I don't even think Rashford and Sancho are that friends, bro, because if Rashford, who's Mr. PR and Mr. Political Man, would have told his best friend Sancho, say sorry, bro. You don't even need to say I'm sorry. Just say sorry. Like, Erik Ten Hag's not a girl that will tell you what you're sorry for. All he has to hear is sorry. You don't even have to say I'm sorry. Just say sorry, boss. Simple as, done and dusted. So that's how football is nowadays. Big up Jegs as well that says, big up the man. And of course, we've got Jegs that Erik Ten Hag has lost half the dressing room. That's half needs to leave my club. That half needs to leave my club. Yeah, half that dressing room
I agree.
needs to leave our fucking club, man.
But less 50% is they need to cut, bro. I don't care who it is, bro. They're like, what did I hear? Something about they running too much, and I'm like, oh,
no. We'll get to that. I've got the quote. Don't worry.
Sorry.
I will read out the quotes for you guys.
Sorry, bro. Sorry.
But we're gonna move it on to men like Sir Marcus Rashford. Another abysmal display of performance on the weekend. Hardly running like he's been doing throughout the whole season. Again, he's got back with his girlfriend, which I don't believe he's got back with his girlfriend because he ain't got his mojo back. you know, like Austin Powers, he ain't got his mojo back. He seriously has lost his mojo because another poor performance, to me, it means that he's not hit that pussy to get his mojo back. You know, that date that he went on never impressed her. The haircut that he got, she never asked for it, you know, because my man's not smiling. He's not happy. What is going on, guys? We're here to talk about Marcus Rashford. Smash that like button, share across all social media platforms. Get your thoughts in the comments as well for those who are watching on YouTube, Twitch, Rumble, and also Facebook, the Facebook page of Red United TV. Get yourself involved in the comments here. We're talking Marcus Rashford now. Marcus Rashford's bad form. Guys, the floor is open. Let's talk Marcus Rashford. What the fuck is going on with Marcus Rashford, and especially his performance against Newcastle?
Right.
All right, hold on. Let me add. Well, the first question I had, what you idiots gave me 1 minute while you guys spoke for 3 to 4. Yeah.
Oh my
While you're
God,
telling me that
seriously, you're lying,
man.
man's doing all of this other stuff, you man are speaking with your passions and your fucking intelligence, telling the world what the fuck you think about Manchester
I
United.
thought your media trade. I thought your media
I
trade.
came in short and sweet.
I thought your media trade.
Short and sweet. Yeah?
What is there something you want to say? You want to add to what you had to say before you get to Marcus Rashford?
I've got nothing to say about Marcus Rashford right now. Yeah. the only thing I've got to say about Marcus Rashford is we have seen it before. Yeah, this is not the first time. This is the first time we have seen it, and he has 0 goals to his name. Yeah, we have seen it before. He played on the right. This is how he shows managers he does not want to play on the right. He literally stops playing. Okay? Whether you want to keep that type of player in your club or not, it's on you, innit? Obviously, Ten Hag's got to make a decision. In my opinion, I've seen Ten Hag let go of real good players for less. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's not like we're seeing anything different. So middle finger to Marcus Rashford, like he cost us a huge game. We was in it without him running for a long period of time, innit? That's all I'm gonna say. We was in the game without him actually putting in team efforts for a long period of time. So
Absolutely. And you know what it is, yeah, guys? If I've just calculated these wages, yeah, 350k before tax, yeah, that's 1.2 million a month. And then that's 16 million a year. And I don't know how many times, whatever, 5 years, that's 84 million contract, you know. If it's 5-year contract, that
but
guy's
Patrick,
wasted
but
84 million of our
Ivorian,
money, bruv.
Ivorian, would you keep him in the team after
Hell
seeing
fucking no.
after
Hell
seeing
no.
after seeing that stupidity of a performance on Saturday? Would you keep him there? It don't make no sense. Like we should have got rid of him a long time ago. Like
Absolutely. We could have gotten rid of him.
I was doing my research. I was doing my research on Marcus Rashford. This is like double bubble for him. Yeah, we just talk Premier League. He has got 17 Premier League goals twice in 2 seasons. Yeah, that is his highest record. You look at someone like Kane, yeah? Kane's 17 goals for Kane is one of his worst goal-scoring Premier League campaigns. Yeah, so to collect 17 goals in a season is not good enough for Manchester United as a forward player. It is Harry Kane's worst goal-scoring season, 17 goals. Ronaldo got 18. Ronaldo came back as an old man and got 18. Marcus Rashford is truly overrated, bro. Truly overrated, demanding that he plays in certain positions, not giving that output, bro. He's not GAing 300. He has never GA'd £325,000 a month, bro. He's never been that type of player. We're talking about Harry Kane, bro. Is his worst season is Marcus Rashford's greatest season, bro. What are we thinking trying to keep this type of players in the club, bro? It's an end of an era. Like we had Mason Greenwood to replace him. He didn't succeed. We now have Alejandro Garnacho, another youth product, somebody that come from the youth to replace him. It's common sense, bro. Let him go.
You know the problem that we've
let him
got
go.
with the problem that we've got with Rashford is that he's been labelled as the poster boy of Man United, and he knows that himself. His PR team know that, so he basically thinks that he runs United and he calls the shots. So that's why we're getting these performances from him, all these shopping performances, and not putting in the effort in, not going in for headers, aerial duels, not tracking back. It's all because it's almost like he knows that no matter how he plays, whether good or bad, he's guaranteed his starting spot because he rarely, if ever, gets dropped. So that's why we're seeing these performances from him, because he's not being pushed for his position. We can clearly see that he's not a striker. He's been put out on the left. He's been performing poorly on the left, not creating chances and losing the ball easily and doing the same usual stuff that we've seen over the last 6-7 years. Now he's been put out on the right, and now he's pulling up a strop and he's effectively stopped playing. For what I saw against Newcastle, he actually just stopped playing and just couldn't be asked. He said, "Fuck this! I just can't be bothered anymore." That's a combination of poor form, frustration of being played at a position, and no coordination or team ethic in the team. But when you combine all those together, you just have to just admit that Rashford just ain't good enough. He's just overrated, and he's just been kept relevant by his PR team and the politics off the pitch, if we're going to be real here, because he's been here, since 2015. We've just been defending him because he's English and he's come from the academy. But when you put all that aside and look at what he's done on the pitch, it's just not adding up. The wages and the performances are just not in sync. And if I was a manager, I'll just drop him until he starts showing some desire in the pitch, because at the moment he's not even doing the basics right, let alone scoring and creating chances. And I don't know what his best position is, if I'm going to be honest with you. He's not a striker. He's been put out on the left. He's been put out on the right, and he's not performing in either position. So, with that said, why should he be starting if he's not performing wherever he's been put on the pitch? And against Newcastle, I think that was just the tip of the iceberg, because, as Depp said, we've seen this before. He's done this under previous managers. We need to just try and get away from this player power thing in players that are just stopped playing and effectively getting managers sacked. So I don't know what's going to happen with him, but he should be docked wages from that showing, because that was actually pathetic. Literally, there's a thing of not being good at football, but if you're not actually trying, then literally, what is the point? You're just stealing a living at this point by not doing your job.
Any other manager from any other player, and he's gone, you will never see that guy again. Any other winner, Pep Guardiola, Carlo Ancelotti, Sir Alex Ferguson, Jose Mourinho, you put in that type of performance in a winning team and you're gone, bro. And that type of what do you call it, leadership is what's ruining Manchester United, because the rest of the boys look up to him, and he stops running, they stop running. He needs to wake up and understand how important he is. Disappointed. He's so disappointing to be a leader and a character in the team, bro. He's not Mbappe. He's not Haaland. He's not Cristiano Ronaldo. He's not Messi. He's not somebody that's gonna get you them goals, bro. He's not Lewandowski. He's not them type of match winners. He's at best Europa League's finest, bro. At best, bro. And people need to understand that if he makes the jump from Europa League to Champions League, he's not going to be jumping in with the elite straight away, bro. He will now have to work his way up to be like Vinny Jr. and all them man there, bro. He's not that guy, bro.
He's now. Do you know what thing I have to say about it? He's not that guy, and I've always said it for a very long time. And I'm with you, Deps, on that one. You know, like one thing you said, he technically embodies Manchester United. He is the poster boy, like Jerome said. He's supposed to be the leader of that galvanizes everyone on the pitch, not one of the moaners and whiners and throwing his hand up. He should be looking at Bruno and telling him, "Stop moaning. This is my fucking football club. You need to stop playing. Maguire, step up your game." He's supposed to be that guy at the end of the day, you know, because if you're looking at him, that who knows the history of Manchester United, him, Scott McTominay, and them there, the academy boys, they need to step up. But back to Rashford, he's supposed to. I've always said this regarding Rashford. I still regard him as a talent, even though he's 25, 26, who's never going to release his potential. He'll never get there, because why? It's the mentality that's there. He doesn't have that mentality, bro. I've always said it before. The mentality is not there. The football IQ has never been there. The performance that we saw against Newcastle was one of the worst performances I've ever seen. You know, the guy didn't do anything, and when he came off, he complained, he moaned, and I don't know. Some people put up videos and saying that, oh, like why is he here? Is that what he's saying? But this guy is a player. He's inconsistent. How is it one season you score 17 goals, the next season you score 4 goals, the following season you do another 15 goals, and then 0 for nothing, and then again when you get back with your ex, you score 31 goals, you break up with her, and you've only scored 2 goals, and people want to dub him as a great talent, a great player. The guy's too entitled, man. We're paying someone 350k a week who can't even score 20 goals per season on a regular basis. This is what Manchester United are doing. They're rewarding mediocre players because why? We was afraid to lose him to PSG in the summer because he scored 31 goals. Guess what? He fooled us. He fooled the board because he gave us the best ever performance he can ever give in a season, and then down tools and said, you know what, I'm good. 350k per week. I signed, like I said before, I done the maths. I signed an 84 million contract, baby. I'm good for life. I don't need to do anything. You get me? Like, what's your
listen, my team's this year, bro. Man, been what 8 seasons? This is 8th season, right? Or 9th season?
So I don't know, man.
9th season, yeah, 8th season, bro. Fam. How have the 8 seasons, right? How have you only had like 3, like you could say good seasons, bro? That's poor, bro. He needs to, and I said it, he needs to base his game around Sadio Mane, bro. And man don't want to do it, fam. And for me personally, yeah, I think man needs to label his position. He don't want to be, no disrespect, Theo Walcott or Danny Welbeck, bro. Like, for me, I just think like enough's enough, bro. Man is doing shit, yeah. Now that a youth product does, poor passing, inconsistent. Like, you're 26, you're in you should be in the prime of your life right
You're
now.
in your prime.
You should be breaking boundaries,
bro. Because end of the day, yeah, bro, you're getting older, so you're due to lose that lack of pace. So when you lose that lack of pace, what's your next trick? Because at this moment, if he plays out wide, yeah, these fullbacks, yeah. And I said it in one of the last few podcasts, yeah. These fullbacks should be on their knees, bro. Back hurting, hamstring about to pull, bro. He should be burning, like, to the point, yeah. These fullbacks don't want to go push up because they know they're spacing behind. But at this point, them man don't respect him, bro. I see what's it,
Liveramento destroyed him.
Yeah, exactly, bro. Like, man don't respect him.
I wanted that guy as well. I wanted Liveramento, you
Bro,
know. I wanted him.
For me, right, yeah, like, bro, you're not Salah, bro. You're not Saka. You're not none of them man, fam. Like, bro, you don't in Saka school you, bro. It's actually annoying. You're 26 years old. You're not 22. You're 26, bro. 4 years time, you're 30, bro. Fam, if you don't fix up now, yeah, when you gonna ever fix up? I can't be wasting my latter stages in my 30s waiting for something that's not gonna happen, bro. Bro, we need to buy play. We need to get players, yeah. We need to make Rashford not the main man. That's what I'm trying to say. And Jamie Carragher made a very good point on Sky Sports, yeah, when he said you're a local player, you're meant to drag him, McTominay, them two. They're meant to drag the team through, bro. And he just acted like, I just don't care. I'm gonna get my wages next week, bro. Get me? Let me put some bottles in China White, fam. You get me? So for me, I just feel like enough's enough.
I think Ten Hag's got to do something. I think Ten Hag.
But what can he do? What can he do? He's tried everything.
He's got you. He's done it to the rest of the book. He's done it to so many other guys.
But Steps, yeah, I agree with you because man's tried everything. They've asked him questions and he said we're gonna play him through this. He's not giving you nothing. So the next best thing is, bruv, you need to just leave him out, bruv, because he needs to know that
He needs to be dropped, 100%.
Yeah.
Man can't play on the left, he can't play on the right, he can't play up front. Like, where should we put him in midfield? Just to not do nothing.
Oh, mate.
There's a Scarface quote. There's a Scarface quote that I like, and it's like, you need people like me. You need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers. And that's what Ten Hag needs to be right now. He needs to be the bad guy. Yeah, he needs to be the bad guy. And Manchester United need to go back to winning basics, which is if you're not performing, whether you make money for the club, whether you can do Rabonas and step overs, if you're underperforming, you're out. There's no popularity. There's no, oh yeah, you're club favorite. Fam, we've had club favorite. David Beckham was a club favorite. Gone. Ronaldo was a club favourite, gone. Van Nistelrooy was a club favourite, gone. These guys didn't even go out underperforming, bro. They gone out on some other reason that might disrupt the team. This is pathetic, bro. The fact that we want to keep players like this is pathetic. Any other club, fam. I'm not even talking about winning team, fam. Any other club, and those performances are out the window, fam. Have you experienced that on FIFA, on Football Manager, in your back garden, fam? If you Sunday League football, if your right back is shit in Sunday League football, no matter how many step overs he's trying, bro, you're gonna try to get another right back, bro. Do you understand what I'm saying? What is happening at United is not even making sense anymore, bro. People's hanging on to old names, bro, and there's new names making some shit, doing some other bonus, bro. Man, I need to get with it. Like, the club needs to get with it. Like, you can't keep players underperforming for more than 1 year. More than one season, underperforming, and you're out the window.
I think two seasons.
Like, look at what happened last season. The two clubs that pushed City, Manchester United, Arsenal, lost major signings, yeah, at the end of the season, yeah. So they lost, was it Varane and Saliba, the French defenders? It was Buki, it was a coincidence. They both lost them, ran up at the same time, and English centre-backs walked in, bro. Yeah, Harry Maguire, Rob Holding, ruined seasons. Fans were crying because of these two players, bro. Yeah? Ten Hag ain't got that team back. Ten Hag's been playing with two of their members. Yeah, Ten Hag ain't got that team back yet. Yeah, Arsenal have managed to keep their team fit. Yeah, and so Rob Holding too, bro. We are at a deficit. So when push come to shove, yeah, and the glory days is needed, yeah, we still got the same man that cost us points, trophies, finals. They're in the team, bro. They're in the team.
And then they will give us the bloody usual
Ten Hag just needs to get rid of them and get the new guys back in, because he was doing the job. Yeah, look what he's done with this team, bro. The team that got Oli sacked, got Mourinho sacked, got Ragnick point. They laughed at Ragnick, and he's got points somehow. He's doing better than last season.
Look at Austria. He's doing good at Austria. Austria, they qualified for the Euros.
They qualified with a tough group as well. A group that was a lot tougher than England's group. And by the way, Ralph, he's the only one that had the balls to drop Rashford for Elanga. And we need to start doing similar stuff. He dropped Maguire as well for poor form, and then politics brought Maguire back in. We need a manager like that. Obviously,
let me just stop you there, Jerome, because you said an interesting point there, and I just want to ask a question on that. Yeah, Ralph saw it. Ralph saw it with Rashford. He dropped him. Yeah, and there was no excuse. He dropped Maguire. He saw it. How come no one else is seeing it?
Politics, man, upstairs.
That's the only thing I can think of.
Somehow they don't want to disrespect him. Somehow I don't know what's going on.
Because Rashford is not entitled to be starting every game. If Ralph can drop him, so can Erik ten Hag, and so should everyone. The media, especially, should accept the fact that this player is not good enough. Yeah, we accept that. We're not going to be going media head hunting and going for Ralph's head. You know, he's dropped. Like the way they went for Ralph's head when Maguire got dropped. That's the problem. Like Jerome said, it's because they're English and they don't accept that. They want the English players to be playing so they can be ready for the European tournament or the World Cup, which they can't win. But yeah, Jerome, back to Rashford. Sorry.
Yeah. So yeah, with this Rashford thing, it just seems like because he ain't got no one else to replace him, he thinks that he can just do what he wants. And that's why I've got sympathy for the manager, because I don't think the manager thinks that he's got anyone in the youth to come in to replace Rashford, especially with all our injury problems at the moment. So that's the only reason why I can think that Rashford still continue playing, because him and Bruno, obviously Bruno's been quite poor this season as well, but Bruno ain't been as poor as Rashford. Like, this is just getting to a ridiculous point where it's just like, why is this guy still playing? Why is he on the bench, letting alone still playing?
Like, so he ain't got the right mentality. Like, they're all spoiled brats. Yeah, they're not men. Yeah, they're not men. They're not dictating games. They're not dominating games. They throw anytime they lose the ball. Anytime they feel like they're losing, they throw their toys at their prime. Like, you know, when a child and he doesn't get his own way and they throw themselves back. And
they don't even look like they even communicate on the pitch either.
That's what they're doing. They're not being men on the pitch and saying,
no one digs them out. No, they don't dig each other out, bro.
Yeah.
They're not friends.
I see Rashford play that poor pass that Wan-Bissaka. Wan-Bissaka should have caned him, bro. Like,
Yeah,
bro, you need to dig it. You could be bridges, but you need to let them know, bro, that bro,
yeah.
fix the fuck up, bro. Come on. Like,
Our squad is too soft-centered. It's too
too
soft.
fresh, too matey, bro.
Like,
You
you
need to
do hella
really
mistakes, but yeah, it's all right, yeah.
It's not even our
Don't even
squad,
say
bro.
anything. Like, literally, there's so many mistakes we make every game, and literally no one says a thing.
Like today, yeah, I was deep in it. Ten Hag in that squad right now has worked with he's brought in 2 of them players. Yeah. One of them was Garnacho, the other one was Onana. Yeah. There was 3, which was Kobe Mainu. The rest of them was inherited by other managers. Yeah. The rest of them has got that's 1 senior in Onana and 2 youth players that he has brought through this Manchester United team. Yeah, this is not a Ten Hag problem. This has been a Mourinho problem. This has
bro.
been
It's
a
part of the
Ragnick
problem.
problem. This has been a Ole Gunnar Solskjaer problem, and now they're making it a Ten Hag problem.
Okay,
Ten Hag is not the problem. There's so many players there that wouldn't even when you match them up and you actually match
No,
Saliba, Varane,
I want to stop you because you're getting into Ten Hag.
Laporte, Varane. When
Debs,
you
let
put
me
Harry
stop.
Maguire
Let
in
me
the
stop you. Don't
scenario,
get too much into Ten Hag because we're going to talk about Ten Hag in the next segment. Yeah. So yeah, as you were saying, but trying to avoid the Ten Hag situation.
So, but Rashford now falls into the category of he has not been brought through by Ten Hag to be warranting a starting place. He's been brought through from another manager that has now said you are good enough from a youth team. United have now got what one? We just let Alanga go. Alanga's got better stats than Rashford. You know, Alanga potentially could be a way better player than Rashford at the age of 26. That's that's reality, and we sold him for what 13 million
You know
pounds.
what? It's got so bad that I'll actually take Alanga back and swap him with Rashford.
That is the reality that is happening at Manchester United because we put a young player and we put so much weight on a young player's shoulder. He's basically the club's greatest guy, club's greatest for the last since Rooney. Basically, that's what United have made him. That's the label of Marcus Rashford like right now, and unless he now fixes up his mental state to say, bro, I have to now adapt. Like something simple as I'm gonna tell Garnacho to play on the right. I want to play on the left hand side for a quick spell. You know, I'm gonna tell Ten Hag, I want to play on the left for a spell. Can Garnacho play on the right? I feel like I can be effective. That is what is called being a man, fam, and taking initiative. If you're that confident in your ability and you're that confident that you can get goals, then you're gonna get goals. You're gonna be confident. You're gonna be flying. But Rashford he's not a leader. He needs to be coaxed. He needs an arm around him. Like I'm not feeling the vibe that Rashford has. He reminds me of like what Dele Alli is, which he feels warranted. You know, he feels like he's gonna make a step. Now the stepping stone is breaking barriers. You need to score more than 17 goals. 17 goals is just a normal striker. That's like Ivan Toney. If Ivan Toney goes to Arsenal United, that man is now expected to score 30 goals. You have been averaging 17 goals or below for a very long time now, getting away with murder, really and truly. You
I
now
think,
need to
yeah,
step up your game.
I think we need to hear from Rashford as well. He seems to be hiding from the media lately. It's just to hear from him, just to find out what the problem is, how they can move forward as a squad. Because at the moment, it just seems like we're just getting pammed left, right, and centre, and then everyone just hides and runs away, collects their 300 bags a week, and just, forget it all happened and just live their lives. So, yeah, we need to start
I
finding out
think
what's
with
going on.
Rashford, I don't really know. Like, no one really knows what's going on because last season he scored 30 goals. The like a normal player will come into the season with more confidence and more basically just more confidence in your ability that you can do better than what you did last season. But coming to this season, they started season very, very bad. I'm like, what else do you want? Like this manager has trusted you, he gave you a new contract, gave you the platform to be able to perform. But so far, he has just been from bad to worse. Like you are losing the ball, you are not tracking back. When you use the ball, like you show the fight, and that's what I say about our players. We don't even have the fight on the pitch. We don't even challenge for every ball on the pitch. We just feel like okay, after you lose the ball, you keep jogging. You don't even like you show the fans that yes, okay, we are trying to do something is not working, but we are putting in our all into what we are trying to do. But that's not showing with United at all. Not just with Rashford, but with a whole lot of players. And I know everyone, as fans, at the end of the day, if it doesn't work out, we put the blame on the manager. But we need to learn. We've had 5 managers, or more than close to 5 managers sacked already, and same old players, same old discussion of the manager not being good enough. I would be cutting players slack every time. And these players now are here. They are still here. The likes of Diogo Dallo, Maguire, these players, no matter how you train them, they are not good enough. They can't do what the manager wants. The manager is just working with them because he has no choice. So we can give the manager all the blame as much as we want to give the manager, but the players are the ones that should take a huge part of the blame. And even if we sack Ten Hag, I don't think anything will change.
I
So
agree.
be careful of what we wish for as fans, because now that will be a reset. We have to start afresh again. The new manager comes in, will say he doesn't want this player, that player, trying to get in new players, and being unable to sell the existing bad players in the team. So we have no choice but to work with those bad players again. And this has been reoccurring with United. And that's why we still have a lot of players that we thought
The way I
have
look at the
have gone
manager,
years
the way I
back.
look at the manager is that we're looking at the manager like we're in a right now, in it. So right now we're in a bad time. It was terrible once again, in it. But then when you look at what is overall, what he has done is near enough improve a team, bro, with worse players than he had last season. That's what we're not like. Me personally, I would judge Ten Hag towards the end of the season when he gets his full team back and a January transfer window to try to get rid of some players and try to bring some players in. You know, January, after we had the World Cup, January players came back and he made a real good go of it. I think one injury kind of messed up, it disrupted the flow of winning games. But if he can get his team back and now, chugga along, I reckon, he could save his own self because you can't he can't save himself trusting these players now. That's clear. Like if a man's not feeling like he's gonna win the game, he'll stop running for you, and he needs to wake up and understand that. He needs to now wake up and say, "Raw, well, to keep my job, I have to get rid of guys like Marcus Rashford." He will, like he's done it before in the past. He done it today or on Saturday. He will do it in the future. You can't have ballers that won't run for you, thinking that you're gonna be top of the league. So once again, it's Marcus Rashford. In my opinion, it was Jadon Sancho, David De Gea, Cristiano Ronaldo, and now Marcus Rashford or the manager. And the manager has been consistent, in my opinion. He's out of all of them. He ain't done no worse than what he's done last season. Out of all of them names, he's the only one that's been consistent in it. So I think people need to stay off what they've been hearing about the manager and trying to be strong about what they feel right now because we're in a bad time. But we've been bad time, but we've never been this good in a bad time. So we need to now think logically, like real logically, about what we're doing as fans and people in and around the club.
Yeah, so what we're gonna do now, change topic. So it's gonna
Ten Hag,
be
isn't it?
to Ten Hag. Got Ten Hag in.
Who
Ten
me?
Hag
Yeah,
in.
in. Yeah, in.
Yeah, so we're
Ten
gonna
Hag, yeah,
change it.
man.
Yeah, so probably best to get our views on where we stand with the manager going forward and whether we think his time's running out, if he's on borrowed time, or whether we feel that he's going to be here for the long term, provided that he gets the backing. So if anyone wants to start with what,
I think I think we sack this man now, right? Firstly, who do we go and get? And for him, I feel like man will go somewhere and do a good job. I think man's come to this club and it's an eye opener. He's thinking, oh my god, maybe I should have stayed at Ajax afterwards. You know what I'm saying? I should listen to LBG, bro. But when I was hearing the reports on Sky Sports about players are concerned they're running a bit too much, and I was like, hold on, but you don't do this on the pitch, bro. So what do you mean? And then just little things in here, 50% players is not 50% of the dressing room. So if that's the case, the people that are not with him, they gotta leave, bro. Because for me, whether you like it or not, I've got to stand by. I'm standing by him because I just feel like we've let a lot of managers get sacked because most of these players, bro, have thrown them under the bus, and I feel like we need to stick with someone, whether we like it or not. We might have to go through a bit of pain to get a bit of gain, kind of thing. So you know what I mean? But I don't know, man. I don't know at the moment, man. I feel like I just want to. I just want to know what he's trying to do because. Like we play in moments, bro. We don't dominate games, fam. All now, bro. We don't dominate games. We very rarely ever dominate games, even against like the lower level team. So for me, I just think it's Ten Hag doing this in training, and then when they go on the pitch, bro, they're not sticking to the plan. It must be it because I'm sure man is coaching these players, but it's not being shown on the pitch, bro. So I don't know. I'm just confused.
Yeah, I just think that we just don't have the squad mentality to play the way that he wants, if I'm going to be honest. Because like he said, we saw that there was a distinct style of play at Ajax, and I'm pretty sure he would have had similar methods to what he did at Ajax. And
bro,
it's just been
Tadic, bro. Man, do it with Tadic and then man. How do you not do that?
So he did it with lesser players, and even with lesser players, he was able to implement a style of play. But with our so-called Man United stars and poster boys, he's struggling. He seems to be struggling to get a tune out of them at the moment, which is surprising, really. But like we said earlier in the show, that these players have thrown all different managers under the bus over the last 3 to 5 years.
Sorry to interrupt you, bro. But let me just throw that couple like stats out there, innit? So the title pushers, they've had their team, and they've had one major injury. Arsenal's had Gabriel Jesus, and Saliba last season, but Jesus has been out this season. Key player I know, but one guy that Arteta wants to work with, and hasn't been able to. And Pep's had Kevin De Bruyne. The rest of the team has fully been available. So they've lost key players, but the rest of the team has fully been available, and to what can replace them key players has been efficient ballers that have something to prove and something to go on. Now, United have had, with the team that Ten Hag wants to work with, 3 solid months, without the inclusions of Mason Mount, Højlund, and Onana. 3 solid between, say, February, March, April, May. February and May, and then that is it. He's had no tactical insertion with the players that he actually want, the players that we actually want to see play together as fans, and I'm sure the players do too. We've not seen it. We've not seen that level of consistency. So we need to now get these players back in the team, back fit, back confident, and learning what Ten Hag taught them, that got them to 2 finals, that got them to what was it, semi-finals? 2 finals, semi-finals.
Final,
and a third, We need to get them players back, bro. That was like a foundation to do better. That was a foundation to bring in guys like Osimhen and that, bro. Right now, we've taken, I say, 2-3 steps backwards, in bringing back the players that has cost managers and cost us points and finals and opportunities. We went backwards, He needs to now utilize what's happening in January and sell players and try to bring in 1 or 2.
I've got a quote here from Sky Sports, Carvey. He says here, quite a few Man United players are unhappy with the style of play. They also feel that they're training too hard and that they're running too much during training. I was told that the players don't know what they're running for. That's quite laughable, really. They don't know what they're running for.
That's stupid because the stat to that was they've pressed the hardest. They've got the most pressing duels, or one of the most pressing duels in the league this year.
Yeah.
So they should know why they're running. They should know the type of football they want to play. That's silly.
And it's interesting as well because before Oli was sacked, United had the lowest running stats in the entire league. So that suggests to you that this team don't like to work.
Like
they just want to collect their wages,
yes,
go off to their family and party.
I've always said,
sack the players. If they're saying that, sack them.
Let Ola talk. Let Ola talk. Go on, Ola.
These players, they don't have the passion. They don't have the when you are putting on United shirt, you should fight to the end. Like we've seen United in the like years back, they always fight. Even 90 minutes, 97 minutes, we score the winners because they never give up. And those are the type of players we had in the past. But these players we have now are just all about the money. And why I don't blame them is the recruitment process of getting them in the first place was because of the money. A lot of these players were lured into the club because we were offering them ridiculous wages. If you go for the pure talent and for the desire to play for the club, Rashford will be on that amount. Jadon Sancho will be on the amount they are earning at United. But because we try to lure most of these players into the club by giving them high wages and giving them ridiculous bonuses, and that is why now it's hard for us. Like what we are suffering now, like I said in a show, is this is what we are suffering now is the mistake of 20 years ago. That's what we are suffering now because the bad decisions made by the likes of Ed Woodward and the Glazers, that's what we are suffering from now. And we want it to change, but I don't think we are seeing anything that shows us that this will change anytime soon. Instead, it's getting bad. And we all can blame the manager. I said, like as fans, we are very reactionary. We
Yeah.
always want to win. We always want to get the 3 points. And if it's not going that way, then you start blaming the manager. You shouldn't have started Rashford. There are some things you can blame the manager for, like starting Rashford in that game. Fine, you can blame me for that, but not like. And if I'm a coach, my best player last season was Rashford, and I need to give him a couple of games to see if he's going to pick up the form and start playing well. And that's why I think Rashford played a lot this season, even while he was out of form, just to give him the confidence he needed. It's just like having a De Bruyne in your team, even though he's not in form, you still keep playing him because he's one of the best players. You know he can just get a very good game and pick and get into form that way. So that's why I think Rashford has played a lot. And even from the manager, you can see he's tired. That was why he got him out in that game at
I'm
68
tired too,
minutes.
man.
Yes, like you are.
So
I've yeah, I've given you the opportunity, and now you are doing nothing. So at this point, you need to get to the bench and let's put people that are really ready to play. And you can see, tell you to like no offense. When Anthony came in, we saw more from the right wing. We saw Anthony trying to, and even in the last couple of games, Anthony has stopped his dribbling and hitting ridiculous shots. Now he's
He's
trying to
better
make
than
it
Rashford at
easier.
the moment. He's better than
Now,
Rashford. He's a better
now,
winger than Rashford at this current moment.
now is releasing the ball better. I feel like as a player, you need to do the basics first. Your talent and everything will come into play, but do the basics. Release the ball well, make up the play well, do those basics. And a lot of
Go
our
back to
players are trying to do.
basics.
Yes, a lot of our players are trying to do too much. You want to when Bashir will be with the ball, you want to dribble 2, 3 players. Release the ball and create time and space for yourself to be able to create something. And that's why I think these players, I will give them 99% of the blame because we've had these players years for
Yeah.
years now, and we
Yeah.
keep I will keep getting out managers. And even if we get out Erik Ten Hag and bring in Zidane, Ancelotti, even
They won't
Pep
come.
Guardiola, nothing. No. Let's
No,
just
no.
for
For
instance.
example, yeah.
Yes,
They won't.
for example, it won't change because the structure is not still good, and these same players are still here, and we are struggling to get them out because they are ridiculous wages and they are ridiculous length of contracts. Now we can't get most of them out. We have to use them like basically by force. The manager is stuck with them, and now with the injuries he has had this season, he has no choice but to use a lot of these players. Because if he doesn't use them, who would he use? So, like the manager is just in a bad situation, and we can all scream and shout and get him out, but this won't change anytime soon, with or without the manager.
Yeah, let me add to that because, of course, first of all, guys, apologies for the technical difficulty. I finally realized my laptop wasn't even charging; it was on low battery. This is why I was moving very slow and everything. And I figured it out. I was like, "Oh, it's not charging." It took me a while to get back up and running. But big up to Jerome who was hosting, and for that particular moment where I was missing as well, guys. Smash that like button, guys, and share across all social media platforms because I'm with everyone regarding Ten Hag situation. Yes, he is in trouble. Yes, because it's been reported that 50% of the club, 50% of the players, no longer believe in him, and he's just let them. He's lost the dressing room of 50%. Well, those players have lost my faith in them, and I want them out. And of course, this came from MUFC Scoop says this was Nemanja Matic who spoke. He said at Chelsea, players acted professionally. They were punctual. They were never late for training. But at United, it has happened almost every day. Amongst the players who would always be late were Paul Pogba, your beloved Paul Pogba, and Jadon Sancho, who refuses to apologize. People want to back him, and a couple of other players. I put a sheet of paper up on the wall where I documented the names of individual arriving late. During one particular season, we collected around 775,000 in fines. We had planned to use the money to throw a party in London, but we did it due to the COVID outbreak. You see, that really tells me from Matic, who used to play here, who came from a club like Chelsea, who was a serious club as well, you know. They just told me exactly the attitude of these players, you know, when it comes to the manager. I feel sorry for the manager. I feel like, yes, he's in trouble. And I know, I see it in his face each time Bruno Fernandes spams the ball to no man's land. There is nobody there apart from the opposition. And he just looked at them like this. I didn't teach him that. I did not show them this in training. I didn't do anything. I can see the annoyance in his face. Even in the press conference, when they talk to you, them and they constantly ask questions about Sancho, you'll be like, bro, I already spoke about this. What the fuck are you telling me? You can see his face, guys. Like, even the Maguire situation, he was like, stop fucking asking me questions about Maguire. These players have had enough. I said it before. If it comes to the situation where we want to sack a manager, I don't trust the people in charge to make that decision. Yeah, I want to wait until changes are made upstairs before a new manager comes in, because then I'm like, okay, we have someone that can take the blame, someone, you know, that can take all the blame apart from the Glazers running away and not taking any blame. There's someone that is accountable, which is Sir Jim Ratcliffe, his new CEO, his new director of football, sporting director, whoever you want to hire. I prefer that when the elites come in, the elite CEO, the elite sporting director of football come in, then we can make the decision of sacking the manager. But I'll be very honest with you, yeah. As much as I can tell you that I'm ETH out. I'm ETH out because I don't believe he can do this under this current regime. I believe Erik ten Hag can do what he does elsewhere. You look at Ajax. Ajax ain't no more. Ajax are fighting a relegation battle. You know. Yes, he said he wasn't. He technically wasn't brought here to play the Ajax way. He was here to bring his philosophy and add to the current Manchester United philosophy. And you guys know Manchester United philosophy is fast wingers playing on the wing, destroying players on the wing, and counter-attacking where it's needed and playing attacking football. That was always Manchester United's football.
Yep.
Like, it's always been like that. That's our DNA. Like, and he wanted to add to that, the transition to being dangerous in transitional play. We are the team that's third best at getting turnovers from the opposition's final third. You know, the stats doesn't lie. The stats doesn't show that we're completely bad. We only bad on the eye, but the stats tell you that. Do you know what? We're not as bad. Depth put a picture up of last season's where we were now and then. We're 1 point better than where we were last season. As we speak, we are 1 point better. The only bad thing is that we've conceded more goals, and that's due to the defenders as well. And that's due to injuries as well, and that's due to players not doing what they're meant to do. Yeah, but this manager, I have to say, is like, wait, we're gonna have to wait. You know, we can play the long game. You know, listen, I always said it before. There's plenty. We need to take much more hurt before the good comes. You know. We've allowed Ollie to be here for 3 years, and within those 3 years, I was never convinced that he was the man. If after the 6 months, the little, you know, Ollie, you know, interim thing. After that, I was never convinced. So why is it, man? Other people, other fans at the moment are gunning down this manager. Like,
let's be sensible. Let's be sensible here. Let's let me personally. I'm kind of with you, Patrick. In this, I feel like somebody like Zidane can now get hold of, because I don't even think De Zerbi could do this, because we're dealing with egos. So these, don't get me twisted. Players like Marcus Rashford, they have tremendous ability, bro. But with that tremendous ability has come a massive ego that now needs to be controlled. Let's let Ten Hag build a team that has some sort of tactical awareness, that has some sort of tactical. I saw Liverpool do it with Brendan Rodgers and then bring in Jurgen Klopp. You created an attacking-based team. Let's let Ten Hag create something here. If it's not good enough to now win the league and win the Champions League, I don't mind going for a better team. I mean, a better manager. I honestly don't mind. but let's just let him build something
Yeah.
that we can continue on. Because right now we have 3 managers that have we've got 3 incomplete teams from 3 managers right now. They never really
Yeah.
got allowed to build their own team. It always got stopped short. So let's let one of them at least build something before we now try to sack him.
I definitely agree because if we sacked the manager now and bring in another manager, that's basically they've got 3 different managers, players to manage, and then they've got to bring in their own, and they try and get rid of all the dead wood that refuse to leave. It's just going to be even worse than it is now.
And Jerome, to add to that, we are the only team that has 3 or 4 past manager players still in the current squad. And you're wondering why we're going through this situation. When we played against Newcastle, we had 3 Ole Gunnar Solskjaer players, about 3 or 4 Jose Mourinho players, and about 3 LVG players. That tells me where we're at in terms of progression of players, where we're supposed to be. When we was meant to get rid of these players, the club refused not to, because why? They believe players like Scott McTominay are valued or worth more than 30 million. Players like bloody Harry Maguire, who the manager consistently told them, I want him out. They valued him a bit much, and they rejected him, and they refused to pay him off, And again, people don't want to see that, but they want to say whatever they want to say regarding the manager. Yeah. Yes, the manager makes mistakes. Yes, I can't back a manager that constantly plays Scott McTominay in midfield. Yes. And I can't back him when he's playing Bruno Fernandes and Rashford. But sometimes I look at myself and say, you know what? Who else is playing? No one else is doing their job. Again, and then it's again the signings that he's made on, he's not playing it. Maybe because he's lost control. He's lost faith in everyone, I believe, man. But again, like I said before, I really want to see what it's like when new ownership comes in. That they have a proper strategy, because at the end of the day, the manager can't be CEO, director of football, the chief negotiating officer as well, and the owner, because he's doing it all on his own. Because let's be real, where's the experience coming from? Who's he having footballing discussions with at Manchester United? It's not John Myrtle. The guy's learning. It's not Richard Arnold. That guy's learning. It's not Darren Fletcher. Get proper men, so where they don't have to rely on him, because all the signings that he's made has come off his suggestions. None of these signings has come from the scout or the director of football that think, you know what, you need this. You don't have to worry about that. We've got this. He doesn't have that. He has to do it all on his own. And I'm not here championing Erik ten Hag. I'm not saying I like him on the other side. At the end of the day, if he needs to go, he needs to go. But let's be real with ourselves. The man doesn't have help, and he needs help.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, I'm gonna end it there because we've gone over our time. Yeah. Big up to everyone that's tuning in. There's so much people that's tuning in. I would like to go on until the watch view is gone down, but we like to end on the high. We've gone over our target as well. We've gone over 12 likes as well. Big up to everyone that's tuning in as well. Big up to Mineral, Kieran, Gemini as well. Jex, Shakir, Red Devil Studios in the comments as well. Red A-Team, Noah as well, and Tituli as well that was here earlier on. Big up to everyone as well. First of all, before I even close off, any final words from the panel? We're going to go around, get your final words and your final thoughts, man. Let's start off with you, Jerome. Any final words or final thoughts?
Well, final thoughts are that it's going to be a very challenging December, looking at that fixture list. And if we can get through that unscathed, then hopefully we'll be in a shot at top 4. But if not, then it's looking at mid-table mediocrity for the rest of the season.
And of course, Deps, any final thoughts, final say?
Yeah, I'm thinking let's just get to half time, man. Let's get to half time 0-0. Let's get to January in some competitions and somewhat chasing some in and start changing their game, because this is horrible, fam.
Absolutely horrible. And Ola, any final thoughts, final words?
Yeah, I just think we as fans, we can't give up. We still need to support our team, back the players. Hopefully it gets better. Everything just goes down on hope, and I just keep hoping every week. Even after the same type of performance, I still hoping it gets better. And like you guys said, let's just go through this December, get a couple of points, and then the next game, Chelsea, is not going to be an easy game. But I think we need to build. We need to get a very good performance and build on that. And I think it will come at some point, but we just need to confident, back the players, back the manager, and hopefully they reward us for all the support we've been giving them.
Absolutely, man. And Ems, my brother, any final words from you, fam?
I'll be honest, right? You can't hang your hat on these players, bro. Lepers don't change their spots in it. So we might go on a run where we win 3 games in a row, and then that one game we get hammered. So all I'm gonna say is be strong. Take whatever you need to, get over this stress because it's gonna be a very, very, very painful season. And we just gotta believe that hopefully eventually Man United will be great again. I don't know when that will be, whether our kids see it or our kids see it. I don't know. But we might be dead. I don't know. But we have to keep going. So yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. We have to keep going. And of course, guys, for those who are watching as well, yes, as always, we Man United fans, at the end of the day, we're gonna go through it. It's gonna happen, We're gonna have our ups and downs, especially in the second season of a manager, because at the end, the first season is what do you have to show us, and then the second season is execute. And of course, right now, with the rubbish transfer window that we've had, it's gonna be hard to execute it. So let's just wait until it changes, because we all thought at the end of the day was supposed to be swimming in Arab money, but we're not. We are not. That never happened. Now we have to stick with British pound sterling man, Sir Jim Ratcliffe, with his Ineos Energy Group with 25%, which we don't know what's going to do with 25%, because we know the 25% is going straight to the Glazers' pocket. The 1.2 billion or 2 billion that they get to their pockets. But again, the pubs are in trouble, man. But big up to everyone that's tuning in today. Back live Wednesday, 8 p.m. for the Chelsea and Man United game, which is going to be a hard watch, and I'm hoping Man United can win. But it is what it is, man, guys. As always, bless up from everyone here. Bless up from Deps, Ola, and of course, Jerome and myself, Ivorian Spice, as always. And we see you next time for the next catch up, which probably be, just check the schedules, guys. I don't know. We're playing on this weekend. Hopefully we can do it on the weekend. If not, it will be on Monday at 8 p.m. But as always, guys, remember to keep it united and remember to keep it Red United. You guys have a lovely night, and we will see you on Wednesday at 8 p.m. UK time. Peace, love, and of always,
Peace.
bless up. Bless up.